Bonjour, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Alice and I review every week chic, classy, elegant, iconic perfumes. Some of them are also vintage. So if you like classy and iconic perfume, vintagey perfume, don't forget to subscribe. Today I'm going to review a very iconic French perfume, classy, elegant. It's a very unique and original green smell. This perfume is iconic because this is the first perfume created with such a concentration of galbanum, which is very earthy, very green flower. Unfortunately, this perfume is discontinued. Balmain decided to stop to sell this perfume, and I think it's a huge mistake. If you love green, cheap, very fresh, green, earthy perfume, if you don't like sugary perfume, this perfume is for you. So today I'm going to review Vent Vert Balmain, and I am on the hunt for a vintage bottle online. So the big bottle is looks like exactly this one. It's a very classy, unique design. I love the cap by the way. It's a very very spring perfume, very earthy green spring. For me it's a very spring effervescence. I love this perfume. This perfume has been created in 1947, so it's a very old, very old school, very iconic perfume. So this perfume for me is a British punch of green. It's like a windy green in your face, very clean, fresh, and a little bit aggressive green, super earthy, a little bit nervous and toxic, but very intense green and very fresh on the opening. But what makes this perfume unique is the concentration of galbanum. So this perfume has 8% of galbanum, and galbanum is a very earthy, very green flower, super earthy. And usually there's a lot of galbanum in Chypre. You're gonna find this flower in most of the Chypre, which gives a very intense earthy green direction to Chypre perfume. If I have to describe this perfume, it's a very intense spring effervescence, very earthy, very herbal. There's a lot of herbs, a little bit toxic, a little bit nervous. It's a very fresh, intense and deep green wind in your face. So I think it's also a beautiful sporty chic perfume. It's a very elegant, very chic perfume, but I like to wear this perfume you know, with a more casual look, extremely sporty because there's a lot of fresh note, a lot of herbal notes and herbal direction, very much earthy and green. So first, this perfume is a very delicious, fresh, uplifting, zingy green wind. Yeah, so it's a very joyful perfume. When I say earthy, there's nothing dark, nothing moody in this perfume. You're gonna find a lot of fresh opening notes, but it's a very uplifting green perfume, and the galbanum is mixed and combined with different white flowers too. So all the flower on the middle notes really uplift the perfume, but it's a very spring perfume and a joyful spring, a lot of effervescence. So it's very spring in a bottle, if I have to say. And it's a bright breeze with wet grace on the middle notes and rain soaked at the same times. So it's a very pastoral, I'm going to say very pastoral atmosphere. And when I smell this perfume, it reminds me a lot of my childhood, to be honest with you. I used to love to spend hours in the forests. Yeah, and it's like I'm just lying down on the fresh herbs or fresh grass in little, you know, in a little meadow in the forest, and it's, you know, it's very sunny, a little bit wet because there's still wet, you know, from early on the morning, but it's very sunny, very soft and delicate weather, and you just lie down on this fresh grass and everything is pure, everything is clean, everything is beautiful, delicate, and you feel very, very safe, very comforting too. So it reminds me a lot of that, this perfume. You know, it's a very pure, clean, joyful perfume. And if I have to say also, it's like a green escape for a city or urban prisoner like me. You know, I live in Paris and it's very difficult to find green. So I like to wear this perfume also during the spring, or if I need, you know, a green escape. And I love, you know, all these galbanum notes and all the fresh, very fresh and herbal notes too. On the opening, even the opening of this perfume is very, very fresh. And I'm gonna say the dry down, the herbal notes on the dry down gets a little bit more intense, more powdery, I'm gonna say. But the fresh notes on the opening remind me a lot of that. You know, a lot of my childhood, spending hours in the hood, in the forest, lie down on the fresh grass. So it's a very comforting perfume for me too. Second, it's a very sporty chic perfume. I love to wear Vent Vert, so I'm hunting right now. I'm looking for a big bottle because I love to wear this perfume also for a casual sporty day, if I go to yoga in Paris, if I have a yoga class, or also just, you know, a casual sporty look. If I have to go to a brunch too, I would wear this perfume, for example, Sunday morning for a brunch with friends. But it's a beautiful sporty chic perfume because the fresh notes, you know, are very, very much sporty for me and sporty chic. So it's also a perfume I would wear if I go to the gym too. It's very, very much sporty because of a combination of all the fresh, earthy notes. The galbanum, you know, very fresh and clean galbanum on the opening, which tend to be a little bit more toxic, intense and powdery on the dry down, but also there's different flowers on the middle. You're gonna find, you know, a lot of white flowers on the middle, probably also the lily of the valley, the orange, the blossom, the neroli too. So all this combination gives a very sporty atmosphere, sporty look or sporty mood to this perfume. So it's a perfect perfume also for a sporty casual look. Last, this perfume is very, very much herbal. So it's not just fresh, clean, you know, like Crystal by Chanel, or you get very fresh, clean opening notes, and after it's flowery. I'm gonna say the dry down of this perfume is very much intense, toxic, and the herbal notes are very, very intense because of the concentration of the galbanum, and it's like you just crush or cut you know, a green herbs, and when you crush or cut the green herbs you get this very liquid, very green liquid, and this liquid, you know, is super earthy. If you smell, you know, a fresh cut herbs, if you smell this liquid, it's very earthy. There's something super toxic, very earthy, and you get this note on the dry down. So this perfume is perfect if you don't like sugary perfume, if you don't like super flowery, sugary. There's a lot of people, you know, a lot of women, they love only chypre. They don't like, you know, flowery perfume, they don't like sugary or sweet perfume. If you don't like sweet, sugary perfume, you're gonna love Vent Vert. Vent Vert is a very iconic green perfume because, you know, of this very earthy, toxic, deep, intense direction on the dry down. So it's just, you know, you just crush some herbs in your hands and you get this very green liquid save the earth of the herbs. So it's exactly like that on the dry down. So it's a very intense green perfume. And Colette, you know, the French writer, used to say about this perfume, it was her favorite perfume, by the way. She used to say about Vent Vert, it has something very much toxic, nervous from a plant, which has been crushed in your hands. So let's start to smell this beautiful, beautiful perfume, Vent Vert. So green wind, if I translate. I got a vintage bottle, by the way, so it's a very also intense perfume. The sillage is very strong. very much, I already smell it. It's very super intense. So very strong perfume for a green. Most of the time green perfume tend to be a little bit fresh and clean. So the sillage, I'm gonna say it's much more middle lasting. This one is super intense because of a galbanum, of the concentration of the galbanum. Yeah, I just get this very toxic deep green direction. It's really in very much present also in my vintage bottle. It's super delicious. It's toxic, but it's delicious. It's very fresh on the opening, and I got the the very intense toxic galbanum, earthy combined with the lilac, the jasmine, the the lily of the valley too. I smell the vetiver on the base too. I love vetiver. Delicious, delicious earthy green perfume. I love Vent Vert. I love to wear this perfume when I got a very sporty chic look. It's modern and sophisticated, it's elegant, it's chic and casual, sporty at the same time. It's very Parisian too, very Parisian. So on the opening you're gonna get very fresh, a little bit fruity, but I don't smell it that much on my skin right now, but very much fresh opening notes. You're gonna get the green note with probably the galbanum, because I already smell the galbanum, the lime, the basil, the asafoetida, which is a very dry, very earthy and dry spicy. You're gonna get the lemon, the orange, the blossom, the neroli, the bergamot, and the peach. So I smell more the green notes, to be honest with you. A little bit of the blossom and the neroli and the bergamot. On the middle notes, of course, you're gonna get this very toxic, nervous. It's not airy, it's very much nervous. Galbanum, the hyacinth, the lily of the valley. I really smell the lily of the valley on my skin. The marigold, the jasmine, the rose, the violet, and the freesia, the ylang ylang, and some spicy notes. Yeah, I got some spiciness in the middle notes, which gives more intensity, probably more intensity to the galbanum, more depth. And on the base, I smell the vetiver. It's something I smell right away before checking. The oak moss, the vetiver, the iris, the sage, the musk. So there's something very, a little bit spicy, oriental on the base. The amber, the sandalwood, and the cedar. So a little bit woody. Yeah, it's like a very, a very sunny walk in the hood, in the forest. And you got this very, the woodsy, some woodsy notes combined with a very green, liquid, earthy direction. It's a delicious, earthy green perfume, something very unique, very original, and you recognize when you smell Vent Vert, it's Vent Vert by Balmain. So I just made a review of Vent Vert by Balmain. I strongly recommend this perfume, very modern, very chic, beautiful green earthy perfume. So don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment too if you love Vent Vert, if you know this perfume, how do you wear this perfume, how do you like to wear this perfume, what do you like about Vent Vert, and I see you very soon for another vintage perfume review. Bye!